What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more NBA plays for you guys today over on Prize Picks. Jam-packed video today. I've got an NHL 4-man for you, got an NBA 2-man, an NBA 6-man, and some EV plays for you guys in this video. Let's hop in and let's cash. We got hoed yesterday in the video, man. We had double hooks. We missed a 6-man by one PRIZEPICKS point. He missed a free throw with less than a minute left, so that was definitely a brutal one. And LeBron James missed by one single PRA. So very unfortunate yesterday's video, but overall in the Dub Club, we killed it yet again, man. The Dub Club plays have been on fire. We just cashed this. It was like 11.46x, I want to say, yesterday. I mean, Gobert double-double, Dante for 4 assists, Vukovic 2 threes, Kobe White for 4 assists, and Josh Giddey for 4 rebounds. $30 to $346 right there on a sleeper boost. We also had this play right here as well, a nice little 4-man, 30 to 205 right there. So very nice entry there. I think it's over a 6x. 50% boost right there. LeBron for 23 points, Harden for assists, Collins for 4 first quarter points, and then Luka right there where he had 8 assists there. So pretty sweat free there, except for LeBron James. He was the only very sweaty one, but overall, we had a nice day though. I mean, over $550 in W's yesterday over in the Dub Club. Looking to continue that and get some more winners tonight. If you are new here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. The most important thing though is having those notifications on. That way you don't miss out on future videos from me, and you get in before these lines do end up getting bumped or get removed, because they inevitably will. And also, while we're on the topic, join the Dub Club. I'm offering a huge offer right now that I don't typically do. I don't think I've ever done this. It is a $5 weekend pass. So basically what you do is you use the link in my description to get into the Dub Club. And when you guys do that and click on that link, there will be an option where you guys can choose a 3-day trial basically, but it's a paid trial. So you pay the $5, you get the 3 days, and if you like it, you stay and you pay for another month. There's still, of course, though, some base options, like you can get 60% off for the next 3 months, or you can even join for the next year at 50% off. So both options are again listed in my description. I'm one of the few reputable guys out there. I'm over $11,000 of profit over on Prize Picks. You see some of the different winners that we've had within the last year. You see some of the different testimonies from guys that have been over in the Dub Club and able to cash out with me. It really is a good place to be. It's a great community as well, so come check it out for yourself. And when you do join the Dub Club, connect your Discord to Dub Club, because that gets you access to perks over in my Discord, which are like the correlation plays. You'll find these types of sleeper plays and prize picks plays. You'll find my bankroll builders as well, where you'll find like my hit rate cheat sheet lists. You have my community chat to talk to many other members about plays or whatever's going on. You have all my contributors who post their plays as well. Nev just hit a 20x yesterday. If Kuminga finished that game, he was probably going over, and it would have paid 40x right there. So pretty insane, nice little hit right there from Nev yesterday, one of the contributors. We also have Asmi's plays. We'll find like golf plays, for example. He's been cashing out on some golf, which is typically on the weekends. I think it started yesterday, I want to say. It's like usually Thursday through like Sundays, I think. You have Elo, though, with soccer plays. You have Kep's Lotto plays. You have that one posting NFL plays. It's a pretty good place to be. Come check it out. Link is in my description. You get access to all of my plays. It's sent straight to you, and access to my Discord community. But with that being said, let's get to today's free plays. Be sure to play responsibly and at your own risk. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Let's get to these plays. The first play I like for today's slate is going to be over in the points and the rebounds category, that being Jaylen Tyson over his points and rebounds, which is at 21 on Prize Picks. Novig has Jaylen Tyson at 20.5. It's much better over there. I'll explain that more a little bit later in the video. But Jaylen Tyson, he has been over his 20.5 PR in 50% of games this year. He has landed exactly on 21 quite a few times this year, as you can see. So taking it 0.5 less on Novig is definitely pretty important here, especially going off those last couple of games there. But pretty big news here out of Cleveland is that Darius Garland is going to be out for at least the next 5 games here, and likely longer. So that is pretty big for Jaylen Tyson, who's been very dominant without Darius Garland. Look at how good he's been. He's been over this line in 10 straight games. I've taken him multiple times in this stretch. Pretty much every single time that Garland is out, I take Jaylen Tyson on the over, it feels like, as of late. I think I've taken probably these 2 games, if not these 3 games here. No, I definitely took him in this game here where he had 44 against Philly. But even just look at like the field goal attempts he's had in those last 5 games without Garland. He's had between 13 and 17 in all 5 of those games right there, including 17 in the most recent matchup he's had without Darius Garland. He even shot better in that game. He shot 6 for 17, had 7 rebounds, and still covered in that game there. And now with a good matchup here against Sacramento, who ranks in the top 10 for both points allowed per game and rebounds allowed per game. Opposing guards have been also pretty solid for the most part, especially opposing point guards against them. And let's take a look at a little bit more into the usage here for Jaylen Tyson, because like look at his last 3 games here, for example. He's had 21% plus in all 3 of these games, and he's had 19 plus in now, 6 straight games? And that's even including some games with Darius Garland. Without Darius Garland, he's had at least 21% usage in now 5 straight games. Any game this year, no matter who's playing, just any game, any base game where he's had at least 19% usage, and when he's also had at least 25 minutes played, he's been very good this year. He's been over the line at 69%. I do think we can expect at least 30 minutes in today's game, though, or bare minimum 28 plus, with Darius Garland being out this time around. When he has that, he has cleared this line in every game except for one, which was on the hook right there with 20. So, and you can factor in games too with 30 plus minutes if you wanted to, by the way. But it doesn't change much. You can go as low as 26 plus minutes. He's been over the line in 92%. Again, that one miss there being against Phoenix, which, by the way, in that game against Phoenix, he shot very bad, I believe, if you look at it. Yeah, he shot 7 for 16 in that game. So it was one of his lowest shooting performances there, 44% he shot, and that was his third lowest out of all these games. And yet the other two games, he still covered his line. So feeling pretty good about Jaylen Tyson today. He just has to be efficient shooting the basketball. He has to put the ball through the hoop. If he's able to do so, I don't see why he can't cover this line. I think he will be seeing the opportunities here. They are 11.5-point home favorites, so you do have to kind of keep that in mind as well with the big blowout opportunity. I don't really know how much that impacts him, but I'm not super worried about that blowout anyway. I think there's a good chance he can cover this line by the third quarter. So I feel great about Jaylen Tyson, and the books continue to undervalue him, in my opinion. Now, before we get to the next play in this video, if you guys have not yet seen Chalkboard, is, in my opinion, one of the best apps out there right now. And if you sign up using my promo code DOMG, you can get a first in the deposit match up to $100 and a free square when you sign up for Chalkboard. And what they've been doing on this app is offering a free square for all users every single day. Right now on my app, I have both Puka Nacua and Sengun right here at half a yard and half a point right now. What's also so cool about this app, though, is you can see right there, it says you have daily drops available to open. And basically what you do is you open like these packs every day, and it basically just gives you a boost every single day. So right now on my account, I have a 20% NBA boost, 50% boost, another 50% boost, and a Tamani Kamara 10% boost as well right here over on Chalkboard. So it's a very cool app. Check it out for yourself. Link is available in my description. And stop using my promo code DUMG for a 100% deposit match. What I personally did, though, was I paired Jaylen Tyson 20.5 PR with Sengun for about a 3.08x payout. It can also get you better payouts than an app like PrizePicks a lot of the time. But into my next play in this video here, we're going to head over to the rebounds category because I like Jaylen Duren tonight over his rebounds, but it is bumped on PrizePicks. Both Jaylen Duren and Jaylen Tyson are bumped on PrizePicks. So what I did was that I played this one over on Novik. It is a plus 212, which if you do not know, is a 3.12x. So we're getting Jaylen Duren at half a rebound less, we're getting Jaylen Tyson at half a point in rebound less, and we're getting a better payout over on Novik. I talk about Novik in every video basically because it just pays out so much better. Every single time I record one of these videos, Novik is paying out better than PrizePicks. If you guys want to join Novik, link is in my description. Use my promo code DUMG when signing up because it will get you some welcome offer bonuses. And by the way, this is the Chalkboard play I was talking about earlier. It's a $5 max free square for me. So that is what I ran there, 3.08x. But anyways, getting to Jaylen Duren here in his rebounds at 9.5. Again, it is bumped on PrizePicks. I would try to stay away if you're able to join an app like Novik. But if you have to play PrizePicks, if you don't really want to switch to another app, I would probably pivot down to 8.5. I guess you can get 9.5 rebounds, but I would check the payout for 9.5 as well. But Jaylen Duren here, though, 57% hit rate this year. Centers against them, only about 11.6 rebounds per game. However, pretty big injury for the Rockets is that Steven Adams is going to be out in today's game. That is definitely going to impact the Rockets' rebounding game. They are much worse at getting rebounds when Steven Adams is off the court. So the matchup is going to be a little bit better than it may seem on paper. So do kind of keep that in mind. But now you have a 3.5-point favorites here at home for the Detroit Pistons. And if you look at his past games here against Rockets, he had 14 against them last year. This year, though, he paid them back all the way in, October? And he had 6 rebounds against them. But look at the minutes that he played in this game. He played only 12 minutes. So, you see his typical 24 to 30 minutes in this game here. He's probably going to go over and have, at least 10 rebounds here against this Rockets team if he played like that full game. So, lately, though, he's been seeing very high minutes, at least as of the last 2 games since coming off of that injury kind of recently. He's played 31 minutes and 30 minutes in the last 2 games here. So you can see games here, though, where he's had at least 28 minutes played. He's over in 82% of games. 30-plus minutes, he's been over in 13 out of 15. His only 2 misses are on the hook by 0.5. Once against Boston and once against Memphis, as you can see there. And he still had the rebound chances in both of those games. He just was not able to get them down there. But overall, like I said, I don't think the matchup is that bad. Like, look at our centers here against this Rockets team. They were consistently going over. Chet had 9 against them. Naz Reid had 9. Gobert had 13. I mean, both centers basically for Minnesota went over their line. You have Luke Cornett with 6 there going over his line. Wemby had 10 and Embiid had 15 against him with a line of only 7.5. So, like I said, this matchup is not as bad as it may seem on paper. I think they are really undervaluing Jaylen Duren right now, especially with the minutes he's been playing coming off of that injury. So give me the over today for Jaylen Duren and his rebounds. I think he's in a very nice spot. One day of rest this year has been even better, over in 60%. And again, you can increase the minutes on that if you really want to. Just see how much better it gets. So overall, love Jaylen Duren tonight. Give me the over for his rebounds as well as Jaylen Tyson and his points plus rebounds. And now that we are done with the 2-man, let's hop over to the NBA 6-man and then the NHL play, and then we also have some EV plays at the end of this video. But the 6-man today is going to be based off my hit rate cheat sheet. That list yesterday went 14-2, and we just happened to have one of the misses in our 6-man yesterday, which was a hook by Brandon Podziemski with a missed free throw with less than a minute left. So that was kind of brutal yesterday because it easily been 15-1 yesterday on the list. But this is the list that I got for you guys today, and this is the 6-man that I am running for half of a unit. Duncan Robinson for 2 threes, KD for 4 rebounds, Nickeil Alexander-Walker 2 threes, Royce O'Neal for 5 points, Domantas Sabonis for 6 rebounds, and Saddiq Bey for 10 points. These are the types of streaks that these players are on, though. Duncan Robinson over in 8 straight games, KD over in 20 straight games. Alexander Walker is over this line in 16 straight games. You have Royce O'Neal, who's over this line in 9 straight games. You also have Domantas Sabonis here, who is over his line in 5 straight games. Then you have Saddiq Bey, who is over his line in 8 straight games as well. So you guys are on some massive heaters right now. Getting to the analysis on some of these players, though, Duncan Robinson over in 78% of games this year, including 8 straight, as you can see right there. Tougher matchup on paper against Houston, but overall, Duncan should be able to get this one done, I think. Last time he played them, he had 4 threes made against them. He did play a lot of minutes in that game, but still, I think 2 threes is a very doable for Duncan Robinson tonight. KD has been on an absolute heater. I've taken him probably 4 or 5 times at least down this last stretch of like his 10 games or so. I've been loving KD's and his rebounds. I expect that to continue. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, though, I've introduced some threes to my list lately, and it had a nice little sweep yesterday at 3-0. And he's been over this line just going absolutely crazy. You also have Trae Young, of course, not being there on the team anymore. McCollum's in the mix, and so is Kispert, but still that has not really slowed him down too much. Royce O'Neal for 5 points. Love Royce O'Neal. His 3-point makes line today, by the way, if you look at 1.5, he is about a minus 228 to have at least 2 threes tonight. And we just need him for 1 3 and 1 other basket. So whether it's a 3 or a 2, I don't really care. We just need 5 points. Domantas Sabonis with his rebounds over this line in 5 straight games here. Not the worst matchup either against Cleveland here. He has since come off an injury recently, but has been back and has killed his line the last 3 games. He had 6, 8, and 10. Trending up in all 3 of those games, as you can see, even when playing some little minutes. So I think you will be seeing slightly higher minutes here than like 17, but I do think overall he will still catch his rebounds in this matchup. Saddiq Bey over in 82% of games this year. He's only missed 1 time in like his last 20 to 30 games, or however long this is right there. I do still think he can cash this line, even with Herb Jones playing this year. He's over in 71%, cashing 6 straight times, and he did just play 35 minutes last time he did play with Herb Jones. So if you look at games this year with at least 28 minutes, he's missed his line only 1 single time, which was on the hook right there, which was due to a missed free throw, just like kind of how Podziemski was. So as long as Bey doesn't do that to us tonight, I'm happy. But overall, those are the 6 plays that I got for you guys in this video. Let's get back on track and cash another one of these. We started out hot, been kind of a bit slower recently, but really due to some pretty awful, brutal beats. So and now let's get to our NHL 4-man in this video. And this is what I got for you guys tonight. It's Brandon Hagel for a point, Nikita Kucherov for an assist, Martin Nikas for a point, and then Nathan MacKinnon for 2 points. Going back to the Avalanche, who sold us last game, but man, they're in a pretty good spot tonight, as well as the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Tampa's going to be big-time favorites on the road here. They're like a minus 300 favorite here playing Chicago on the road, and rightfully so. Chicago's a pretty bad team, I know, as a Chicago fan, but Hagel is over this line in 58% of games this year, but he's been a lot better in his last few games here, over in 9 of his last 10. I should explain NHL, though, first off, I've been talking about this pretty much every video at this point, but for those of you guys that were not familiar with the NHL, it may feel like this is a little bit way too low with it being just 4 players for a 3x, but you got to understand how correlated these guys are. And I'll explain why this is so good a little bit later, why the correlation is there. But a point is basically a goal or an assist. And for every goal that's scored in hockey, there are 3 points given out. The goal scorer, the primary assist, the secondary assist. So basically all we need is 1 goal from each of these teams, as long as these guys are, on the same point. I guess Colorado, we do need 2 goals here from MacKinnon, but he's probably one of, if not the best NHL player currently. So him or McDavid for sure. But again, you can see the correlation though, like just looking at simply the last 10 games here between Brandon Hagel and Kucherov. Every single game, they have been correlated. Look at this, the last 10. Every single game, they are green. There's 1 red there against Pittsburgh. Green the rest of the way. Hagel, green every single game. Red there, green the rest of the way. That is how correlated the NHL is, and this is why it is so freaking good. This is why I make so much money off the NHL. Obviously, there will be some bad days like yesterday. However, long run, we have been killing it. And the NHL is due to correlation just like this. So obviously Tampa Bay has been an absolute heater as of late. And if you look at wins this year, though, Brandon Hagel's been over his line in 78% of games, while Kucherov has had an assist here and wins this year in 74% of games there. So 78%, 74%. And again, they're agreeing to most of these games there. I want to say probably like closer to 18 to 20 of those games, they have both been over in. So not a bad hit rate. When both these guys go over like 18 out of 31 times, for example, it's a very, very solid hit rate for taking two players there. Getting to McKinnon, though, he's had at least 2 points in 56% of games this year, but he gets to face the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. They are going to be at home here as well. In wins this year, McKinnon has had at least 2 points in 65%. At home this year, still 65%. Nikas over in 73%. In wins this year, over in about 79%. At home, 80%. If you're a bit worried about the hit rate from McKinnon, you could also take his assist, I believe, on the over on PrizePicks. 60% hit right there, but in wins this year, over in 65%. I just like the idea of him scoring some goals tonight as well, and overall, the Flyers are a pretty good matchup. I think this might be glitched, by the way. I think they're just showing off like the same exact types of matchups. I think the Flyers are allowing a lot more goals than just ranking 17th in the NHL. I could be wrong about that, but I believe I am correct about that. Like it says still for Chicago as well, they rank 17th, but the Flyers are allowing slightly more goals per game than Chicago is this year, I believe. But anyways, McKinnon, though, in a great spot and a good matchup here against the Flyers. They are massive home favorites. McKinnon and Nikas have been my guys all season long. I'm going to run it right back with Marty Nikas and Nathan McKinnon tonight. So nice little 3x there for the NHL. I've got some more EV plays for you guys in this video, though. But the final reminder here to join the Dub Club if you guys have not already. I'm running a 5-day weekend trial, basically, or $5 weekend trial, not 5-day. 3 days, $5. Getting for the rest of the weekend. That includes my plays, contributors plays. That covers NHL, NBA, and also the NFL for the entire weekend from, again, all contributors. So you get in right now, get that cheap little trial basically to check it out. If you guys want to stick around, you can just let it run and it'll charge you for the next month as well. So getting to the EV plays, though, you can see here that they are liking tonight. Kyron Williams under 14 rush attempts. They like a ton of NHL plays, actually. I like some NHL plays as well. I like Benoit here under 3.5 hits. College basketball, they like Giannis a lot over 6.5 assists right there. It's a very, very awesome research tool. And this tool here is called Upside. It finds the most up-to-date value plays for you just like that by simply clicking on the refresh button. When you do that, it pulls the most up-to-date value plays under the board just like that for you. They even have other apps on here, of course, as well, like Pick 6 or Better or Underdog. They even have books on here as well. Whether if you guys are on like Novig, or if you guys are on Fliff or DK or FanDuel, wherever you guys are at, they have like these tools that can help you out a little bit. It even can tell you what plays fit into like the best. Like Kyron Williams right now under 14 rush attempts pays a lot better in a 5-pick power play through a 5-pick flex, rather than like a 4-pick power, 2-pick power, or a 3-pick flex. So it's a very, very nice tool, and there are so many other tools available. I only showed you guys 2 tools here basically. Those have esports discrepancies, e-pick traders, player props. They have low hold, they have arbitrage. There's so much available here on this tool for Upside. If you guys want to check it out, though, the best part is that they're offering a 5-day free trial. So you guys can check it out for free for the next 5 days if you are wanting to. Link is in my description. Check out Upside for yourself. Use my promo code DOMG when signing up for Upside. With that being said, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. I genuinely do appreciate you guys if you watch these videos all the way through. If you want to see how I made over $5,000, now $10,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen right here.